Pazienza had been beaten, incidentally, just once in his career. Coming to this one, he boxed Abdelkader Marbi in Milan in Italy in 1984 and was stopped in 5 rounds. Don't know the circumstances of that, I'm afraid. And without giving anything away in this one at all, so that Pazienza went on to box Roger Mayweather for the WBC light welterweight crown. He'd lose that one on points. Also would lose in a WBO title bid to Hector Camacho. Another bid for a world championship ended on an 11th round disqualification when he fought Loreto Garza for the WBA light welterweight crown. But then he'd go on to become the USBA light middleweight champion, beating Ron Amundsen. And then Gilbert Deli, the Frenchman, beaten by Pazienza for the WBA light middleweight crown. And as I said before, he's still a reigning champion. And Haugen, of course, continued mixing in very good class. In fact, a very bizarre incident happened to him when he fought Miguel Santana. An IBF title fight. He was cut from a clash of heads, and Santana was awarded the victory. But then someone realised that they should have actually gone to the scorecard, so they tallied up and they found that Greg Haugen was in fact in front on all 3 judges' cards. And 30 minutes later, in the post-fight press conference, who actually declared the winner. And poor old Santana, well, he wasn't told immediately. Nice left hook from Haugen there. But Pazienza getting the upper hand with a volume of punch. He went to Denmark and boxed Gert Bo Jacobsen. Another IBF title defence. Stopped Gert in 10. And then in 1989, went to Virginia and faced Pernell Whitaker. And was outpointed over 12 rounds pretty solidly and fairly easily too. But those 2 fights that Haugen had with Hector Camacho, they were something. Not a great deal again in the round, but once again, looks like Pazienza's just done enough to take it. It's worth talking about that fight with Camacho. It was a 12-rounder for the WBO light middleweight crown. And Greg Haugen, as you may remember, was just behind going into the last round when the referee called them together to touch gloves. Haugen had said something to inflame Camacho, and instead of touching gloves, Camacho threw a shot at Greg Haugen and had a point deducted, and it actually cost him his title. Of course, they had a rematch, and Camacho won that one. And again, very controversial circumstances. He actually left the ring before the announcement, knowing that Greg Haugen was going to be declared the winner, when in fact the judges voted for him. So 2 memorable occasions there. And another tremendous win for Greg Haugen was in '92, when he beat Ray Boom Boom Mancini for the NABF light welterweight crown. And he stopped Ray in 7. Good form. And that was a comeback, of course, for Mancini, who'd taken a few years out to develop his acting skills and realised that they weren't going to go as far as getting him an Oscar, so he came back to the ring. And I don't believe he had too many more after that, if any. So Greg Haugen, then the defending IBF champion here, against a man who'd do battle with him on 3 separate occasions, Vinny Pazienza. And they've both done a great deal of work, principally Pazienza, but that was his style. It was a real tear-away. Haugen almost clumsily cart-horse in comparison. Very upright, Haugen. Very stiff-backed. Very European, almost. And there's a cut now on the right eye of Pazienza, and it's worth telling you that, of course, it's easy to be wise after the event. He actually got his nose broken in round 2 of this fight and hurt his right hand in round 3. So things were going against Vinny Pazienza, the challenger. And now the blood spreading around his face. So good moments these for Greg Haugen, feeling confident now. And what a difference a drop of confidence makes to a fighter. Any sportsman for that. Not much in that round, was there? Haugen coming back.
I got it. Give me my piece. Okay. Turn him.
So this round 7. Of course, today this would be the halfway stage, but this was in the days when the 15 rounds separated the men from the boys. Pazienza, ordered by Luduva to get in there behind the jab. Haugen trying to unsettle him psychologically. And he's probably the hardest man in the world to unsettle psychologically, Pazienza.
Come on, Vinny. Get back in the fight.
Luduva saying that Pazienza was giving Haugen too much room. And as ordinary as Haugen looked on the occasion, still a very tricky man to beat. Well, Haugen, in fact, one of those men who could handle the flash fighters, as he proved with Camacho. Good shot by Haugen. Sharp right hand there, catching Pazienza coming in. So Haugen then just getting the better of things with 20 seconds to go in this 7th round. Haugen cut on the left eye. Well, that's not a bad round, and just in favour, I think, of Haugen there. Round 8. Pazienza falling short with that jab now. Nothing wrong with that one, though. big elbow going in there from Pazienza. Bags of effort from both men. And of his 21 fights coming into this one, Greg Haugen had stopped 9 opponents. That's a nice left hook from Pazienza. Once again, a very close round. And now Pazienza letting go with the odd hard punch as Greg Haugen forced to work. And that's a good uppercut. And Pazienza set a new crowd record for this challenge to Greg Haugen, beating Marvin Hagler's previous best by 3,000. And even then, thousands were locked out. Quite something. So just a few seconds left then in round 8, and once again it looks like a very even round. Play here from the 8th round, and at this stage I had Pazienza a couple of rounds in front with 7 to go, and this one had proved to be